Or get 4 people and see if it works.
Yeah. There you go. I like that. Just go get 4 people and let us know how it worked.
If you don't get another $200, let's suck.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Are you
So,
anything? No.
before we close, and then I just want to remind you guys to connect to the rhythm. You know, when I started with Nerium and Raylan told me all the things that were going on that I needed to plug into in addition to my job. So when Raylan told me what the rhythm was, and I was working and I had 2 daughters, plus Tony and I had an AFS student living with us from Norway, let me just tell you that I was really overwhelmed. And I know we're not supposed to use that word, but this was 5 years ago, and I was starting out, and we had a lot more. We had a Sunday, we had a Wednesday, we had a market party that we also had to attend on Thursday night. I was like, whew, it was a lot. So right now they have condensed it and simplified it, and I love them for that. And one thing that I can't promote enough is that, well, first of all, I'm going to back up and I'm going to tell you that if you are somebody who works 40 hours a week and you can't do both of these and you have to pick one, I'm going to tell you that you should pick the Monday night. That's where you get training. That's where you learn. There's announcements there that you're going to get information on. But if you only do Monday night, you have to commit to reading your emails. And if you don't know this, the home office knows who's reading your email. Did you guys know that? They know when we open our email and when we don't. So, not that they're big brothering us. You've never gotten a hand slap saying, how come you're not reading my emails? But they're aware of it because they need to know how effective their communication is. So, if you can only do one of those 2 things, I strongly recommend you get your training and that you be dedicated to reading your emails. However, if you can make time for both, the Tuesday corporate update call, before you get on that, I just want you to go to a place in your mind where you visualize yourself sitting at a large conference table. And you were invited to sit at that conference table. And on one side of you, you have Jeff Olson. On another side of you, you have Renee Olson. Across from you, you have Bo Short, Amber Olson, Deborah Hayes, and probably a 5-star NMD at each end. Are you going to tell them that I don't really want to sit at that table and hear what you guys are talking about? I know better than that because you guys are right here today asking me questions like I'm physically sitting at that table and I'm not. So I know you want to be there. So I would just encourage you guys to see the gift of what our Tuesday calls are because that's exactly what they're doing. They're asking you to sit at their conference table and hear what initiatives are being discussed on a weekly basis. They don't do that once a month and leave you dangling for 3. They do that every week for us to keep us plugged in so that we are aware that they're working on our behalf. So, and then we have our Get Social. We have our new thing on Facebook where your team now, they do have it up there. The Team Nerium. So make sure you're a part of that. It's now a private group, which is nice because we can have conversations where before, when it was public, it kind of limited us from having direct communication with them on that Facebook group. So now, if you plug in there, you can have communication and you can see more training videos like the Monday motivation that Bo Short has done, Jeff Olson's done some. So make sure you go in there and request to be a friend, to be a member of that. They'll immediately approve you, and then scroll through there and see if you can watch some of the live videos. But in closing, I just want to thank you guys for coming today, and I really appreciate it. It's the biggest compliment, not only to me, which it's a huge compliment because so many of you traveled so far, but it's also a compliment to your business. Your business it has life to it, and when you come here, you feed it. So good for you guys. And then I just have a quick video that I'm going to share with you. It's one of my favorite videos that that exemplifies confidence, and it makes me giggle. I hope it makes you giggle. You've probably seen it before. And